Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alyssa and I am on a journey to paying off over $200,000 in student loan debt. We are closing out the end of July, the last 2 weeks of July, so the 15th through the 31st. And I am using the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom. And this is the expense tracker that tracked all of my expenses for these past 2 weeks. I have already gone through and highlighted everything based off the different categories I have and added it all up. I have so many videos where I go through exactly how I do the expense tracker. So if you want to watch those, go through the the album, the playlist that I have, and I'll link it up in this corner here of all of the closeouts and also the setups too. But just find the ones that say the closeout of, whatever weeks. So since we've done this already, it saves us a bunch of time, but I do have to do the flippity-floppity thing of going back and forth. So as you know, I like to put these highlighters here as like space holders. These pack of highlighters are they're probably like $10 with inflation now on Amazon, but they're always linked in my storefront. I personally really enjoy them, and I just like to put them here because we will be flipping back a bunch, and then they're just like nice little placeholders. So we've got to start with basically our income from these past 2 weeks. So again, we have to go back and flippity flip. So we did have $2,629 basically. I don't know why I didn't round this up, but we'll say we'll just keep it how I had it. 2,628. And then side hustles, we had 230. Excellent. 230. Okay, grab my calculator because we're going to need this here. So savings, what did we have? I had to pull money from savings for my car insurance and car registration. So that was $851. Okay, so there was no payback, there was no extra savings besides that $851, which was great. So $851, and this is why I got the calculator, because we got to add up the payback. So the payback I had was my pet insurance refund. My cat passed away a few weeks ago, well, actually at the beginning of July, and the pet insurance company refunded me for basically the rest of the month's insurance, and that was $30.29. Plus, I got a refund for basically using the insurance to pay for basically those last medical bills that she had, and that was $467.36. It didn't cover the full amount of all of her medical expenses for that last vet visit, and like the cremation and the clay paw print and the picture and all of that stuff. So I did put that on my credit card, so I'm gonna have to pay that off in the month to come, which really sucks. I didn't realize it was like a different package that you got with the pet insurance. So I'm super bummed, but I'm glad I'll have those mementos to remember her. And I really don't mind paying the $600 because after all of the money I've paid for my cat, basically for the last year of her life, it's really just a drop in the bucket. So, but total payback was $497.65. So we're gonna put $497 of the income. Okay, so really not too bad. It's gonna look like it's gonna be a high inflow, but it really wasn't, because a lot of this is just going towards debt. So my W-2 was 2,628 plus 230 for side hustles, plus savings was 851, plus payback was 497, gives us $4,206. That was the inflow into my checking account for these 2 weeks. And then if we go to fixed expenses now, so rent and utilities, sometimes I just do this in one line item. So that was $520 total, which, okay, perfect. $420 plus $100 for utilities is $520. Student loan, let's see, where's student loan? Okay, right here in the blue, this teal blue. So 600, I don't think I had any other student loan. Nope, okay, so just $600, so 600. Boxing gym, we had 55. I'm gonna swivel my hands here a little bit so I don't have to keep finding the paper again. Okay, Peacock is next, which should be $6. Yeah, $6, and then Spotify was 12. Okay, so this is something we need to change going forward, is the Spotify has gone up $1. This is something I actually need to keep track of because I can deduct it from my side hustle stuff as like an expenses on taxes, because I basically only use Spotify to run my trivia shows. So I do deduct that. My Roth, okay, so we did have a bit of Roth here. So we got to find the green. This was savings. Wait, no, different green. Roth, so 75, that was the initial, plus we did 20 and 50. So an extra $70. Okay, it does give us 145. Amazing. So 145. I'm debating. So I have investments down here, and I'm wondering if I should just put the extra 70 that I put towards it down here, or just keep it up here. I think I'm just going to keep it up here because it's just in one spot. It's super easy for me to like look back on, and we're just probably going to like cross this line out and not pull it forward. Okay, so Roth 145, and then therapy. I did have 2 therapy sessions. So that was $50. So 50. And then car insurance and car registration. So car registration was 166. So a little bit less than I had anticipated, which is great. I didn't realize that when you get the bill in the mail from, I don't know, the state, I guess, that they include in the total amount a $5 donation. And I think that is so crummy. I'm like, no, I don't want to donate to whatever you're asking me to donate to after I'm paying a ginormous bill, which it's actually much lower than I thought it was going to be this year. So that's why I thought it was going to be 171, but it was actually 166 because I decided, no, I'm not donating that $5. What is it even going towards? So then car insurance was $824. Perfect. $824. And I think that was all of the fixed expenses. Normally, if I have like a random fixed expense that comes up that I completely forgot about, I just add it back in here. So when I do these videos, I like don't forget that I was doing them or I had it in my budget. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so let's add this all up. So we had $420, which was for rent, $100 for utilities, student loan was $600, plus boxing gym $55, Peacock was $6, Spotify was $12, plus Roth was $145, which is like really good. I love seeing that number just for 2 weeks. That's fantastic. Plus $50 for therapy, plus car insurance was $824, plus car registration was $166. So, wow, okay. Total fixed expenses was $2,378. Of course, it's normally not this high because I don't have an extra $1,000 in car stuff I have to pay for, but July just seems to be always a very expensive month for me. And December, because that's when the next 6 months of car insurance is due. So our inflow was 4,206. We have to minus 2,378, which gives us $1,828 left over. So bringing that down to variable expenses. So for variable expenses, we got to do grocery, which was $128. So $128. And then eating out was only $23. I am just so confused. I like swear we eat out more than that. And I'm not quite sure where the rest of that went. But okay, $23 is fine. And then we do have to do the gas and car, but we had to subtract the insurance stuff from it and the registration, which I don't think we really need to do any type of math because there's only one other transaction and it was getting gas. And that was, we'll just say it was $44 to make up some sense here. Extra investment, no, we're just going to calculate it up there from now on. Fun and entertainment. So we had $77.97. That was the total fun and entertainment. But we have to minus the Peacock, which was $5.99, and the Spotify, which was $11.99, giving us $59.99 left over, which makes sense because I had this fun and entertainment, which was $38, plus this $21.99. We went to this like line dancing bar place, and I didn't realize there was a cover charge, and they only took cash. And between my boyfriend and I, we did not have enough for both of us. So I was like, I'll just go to the ATM, and took out $20, and it was a $1.99 fee, unfortunately. So I just included that in the fun and entertainment. So that's where that came from. So we're just gonna say $60 for fun and entertainment. Holiday, I don't think there was any holiday, so that's $0. Self-care, I believe the only extra self-care I had besides boxing gym and my therapy sessions was I got my nails done and I got a pedicure too, just to like treat myself that day. So that was $105 instead of just the normal $50 for my nails. And then miscellaneous was $104, we'll call it. So $104. And I'm realizing, so travel and vacay, sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. I'm realizing I should have highlighted my car insurance as this insurance box here, but I didn't. So I'm debating what to do. I don't normally do like the end of year review anyhow, so it may not make sense, and it is an expense for my car, so I don't know. I don't know if I should change that. I probably should, actually, now that I think about it. So let's just do that right now. If we did 1033.73 minus, what was the car insurance? 824. So this should be way less. 209.73. And then the insurance should actually be the 824. So 824. I do have this highlighter. I don't know if it's gonna really do anything different. I mean, no, it kind of just looks the same. All right, well, that's fine. I don't normally look back at the expense trackers anyhow. If I do, I'm like calculating all of this. So it's okay. I think we'll be okay. But in case I do like, you know how the budget book has like the beginning stuff of the year? You can like track. I can't flip to it right now. I'm going to lose my spot and train of thought. But that's what I'm talking about, is if I were to do that, you know, I want to have those numbers as accurate as possible. So then if we go, okay, wow, I am off it today. Too much caffeine, I swear. Too much caffeine. So we got to add this all up. So 128 plus 23 plus 44 plus 60 plus 105 plus 104 gives us 464. So we were way under what I had budgeted, but I think that's because I forgot to, I think I might have put some stuff on my Alaska Airlines card, which shame on me. I've been trying to pay off the debt, not get more of it. But that's for a conversation for another day. So we started with 1828 minus 464 equals $1,364. Weird. Okay, and then we have, bring it up here, 1364. And my total for savings was $357. I write the numbers in when I do the Ally transfer so I don't forget if I did it correctly or not. So if we take that minus 357, gives us $1,007 left over. Remember when I was doing this setup video, I didn't have the payback included at all. So if you kind of add the $497 plus this, it gets us pretty close to that. I just put a little extra towards debt. So now we got to go figure out how much we put towards the Alaska and the Discover card. So let's start with the Alaska. So we had, Alaska right here was 210, which perfect. That's what I had budgeted to do towards it. Plus 131.69 plus 467.36, which gave us about $809. So $809. And I already know I put $200 towards my Discover card because I kind of peeked at that. which gives us $1,009, which ultimately should have left us with -2, but I'm gonna account that towards like rounding, and I didn't count some like cents up here either. So I feel like that is another win for doing, basically like getting it pretty on the nail there. I guess what you call it, hitting the nail on the head. That's what I was trying to say. As we look forward into the rest of the year, which, oh my gosh, we only have 5 months left. We have August, September, October, November, December. So we have basically, I've got two paychecks, so 10 more paychecks for the year. Oh my gosh. And I have so much I have to save for. I don't know if you can see it down here, but I started a running list of the things I need to pay for basically in the next few months. So if you watched my mid-year check-in video, you kind of know where I'm at on some of this stuff, but some of this will be new for you. I do have to save about $1,000 for snowboarding season. I've already bought my snowboard and the bindings, but I need to buy boots and a helmet. And then I also need to buy my lift pass, which will be about $600 because we're just going to get kind of like the cheaper option one to make sure I like really like it and actually use it. And then I also have to save $1,900 in the next 3 paychecks. So both August paychecks and September paycheck. But I already have about $1,100 saved, so it's about $800 left to go. And then by the end of the year, I want to have saved $2,000 for my 2025 sinking fund for vacation. So $2,000 for 2025 vacation fund is ultimately what I was trying to say. And that I think will be a really good amount because my boyfriend and I do want to go to Mexico, do like an all-inclusive. I went with some girlfriends in April, and that was such a blast. And so he and I want to go, and then we might be planning like a bigger trip in 2026. I kind of had to talk him off the ledge of going next year for the bigger trip because I'm like, boyfriend, I have a lot of stuff I have to pay for. You're stressing me out. Like, I cannot pay for all of that and somehow help contribute, even though he wasn't asking me to. But like, it's going to be a big trip that he wanted to do in terms of like expensive. And I would feel really bad if he was the only one paying for that. And I'm like, I just cannot afford to contribute to that. I'm like, so what if we did like a smaller trip like next year where it's like half or a quarter of the cost, and then we each save like $50 a week for the next year so we can pay for that vacation in cash that you want to do in 2026. So talked him off a ledge. He seems fine with the idea. Again, like things just cost money, and I'm just so stressed constantly about money, and I don't know how to change that. Even though I chat with my therapist all the time about this, it just doesn't get better. I just feel like life is just so expensive, and I have this like weird mentality of like, oh, I'm still young, like enjoy it. But I'm also like, no, I've got to save for the future. Like I'd rather invest like all of this money here than, spend it on fun. But then it's like, I don't want to be 65 and retired and not be able to go do the things like snowboarding and stuff that I could have done in my 20s because I was like, no, I have to stay home. I have to save money. So I'm constantly torn between like those two things, and it's just really a mental battle every single day. But that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, follow along on my journey, and I will see you all in my next video very soon. Bye everyone.